So whether you're filing taxes for the first time or you've always been confused about all the tax jargon that's out there on the internet and you're so confused about what to do with taxes, by the end of this video, you should be able to understand the key concepts that you need to know to be able to understand what tax is, how to be able to file your taxes, common deductions that you're able to take, and strategies to help you be able to save more so you can build wealth. So make sure you go ahead and grab a notepad and let's go ahead and get started with this thing. All right, so what are taxes and why do we have to pay them? So let's talk about the basics and let's really start off with the foundation here. All right, so taxes are payments made to the government to fund public services like schools, like the roads that we drive on, like defense, like healthcare, and so many other things that are out there. So there's really two main types of taxes that we have to pay. So we have the federal taxes, which go to the US government, and then we have state taxes, which are going to be designed and used to be able to fund state level programs. But it doesn't really stop there. There's also local taxes like property taxes or sales taxes that you have to pay. If you're in Texas, for instance, or Florida, there's no state income tax, but you'll have to pay higher property taxes. Depending on your income, depending on your goals, depending on your preferences, that might impact where you're going to live and how you're going to pay taxes. Ever wondered why your paycheck is smaller than your salary? Yep, that's right, it's taxes, right? So your employer, what ends up happening is that they withhold what's called federal income tax, and they also hold Social Security, and they also withhold Medicare taxes before you even see your money. So we'll talk more about how this works later and why it's important for you to be able to understand this to be able to help you save more money on taxes. So let's go into more detail about the main different types of taxes that you're going to come across when it comes to paying taxes. So first, you're going to have income tax, and this is the type of tax that you pay on the money that you earn from your job. It's going to be money that you earn from your business. It's going to be money that you earn from investments as well. And in the United States, we use what's called a progressive tax system, which means that the more you earn, the higher tax that you have to pay. So let's say, for instance, you earn $50,000. You might fall into the 22% tax bracket, but that doesn't mean all of your income is taxed at 22%. And we'll talk more about those brackets in a bit. All right, so next we have payroll taxes. So these are going to fund Social Security. It's going to fund Medicare, and you and your employer each have to pay 6.2% for Social Security and 1.45% for Medicare. So if you're self-employed, you have to pay a full 15.3% in taxes just for the income that you earn to be able to make up for it. So if you're self-employed and you earn $100,000, you might have to owe $15,300 in payroll taxes, which is why I always recommend people to go ahead and consider looking into switching over to an S corporation. And if you want to learn more about that, I have a video breaking that down. Next, we have sales tax. The sales tax is basically going to be a tax on the goods and services that you buy. And this is really going to depend on the state that you live in and sometimes even by the city. So let's say, for instance, you're in New York, okay? And in New York City, the combined sales tax is going to be 8.875%. So $100 purchase that you're going to make is probably going to cost you in total $108.88 just to be able to buy something like that in New York City. Next, you have property tax. Property tax is based on the value of your property, and it's used to be able to fund local services. Let's say, for instance, you own a home and that home is worth $300,000, and the property tax is going to be 1.5%. So you're going to have to pay annually $4,500 just for that home. Next, you have capital gains tax, and that's going to be taxed on the profits that you make from selling an asset such as stock or real estate. So let's say, for instance, you bought a stock for $1,000 and you sold it for $1,500. You would owe tax on that profit of $500. And depending on the income that you make, it could be 15%, it could be 20%. And that's going to be the tax that you pay. So for that example, let's say you happen to fall in that 20% bracket. Now it's going to be $100 in taxes that you have to pay for that. So now let's talk about how taxes are calculated and filed. So the US tax system is based on income brackets, like I mentioned before, right? And here's how it works. The first portion of your income is going to be taxed at that lowest tax rate. and only the income above each threshold is going to be taxed at the higher rates. And depending on the year that you're watching this, it's going to vary based on what that percentage is, but that's basically how it works, right? Like I mentioned, it's going to be progressive. So as you progressively make more income, it's going to progressively move up. So just to give you a quick example, let's say that you're single, because that's going to also impact how you're going to be taxed. And let's say you're single, for instance, you make $50,000. So that first $11,000 is going to be taxed at 10%. Then you move up to that next level. So the next $33,725 is going to be taxed at the 12% tax bracket. And the remaining $5,275 is going to be taxed at the 22% tax bracket. So your effective tax rate is going to be much lower than 22%. And the effective tax rate is actually what you're going to be taxed based on the income, right? The highest tax is going to be what's considered your marginal tax bracket, which is 22% in that example. So after calculating all the taxes that you owed, now you're able to go ahead and subtract tax credits or deductions to determine what's your final tax liability. And if you already paid more than what you owe during the year by withholding money, you might actually get a tax refund. And if you paid less, that's when you have to owe the IRS. All right, so let's talk about saving money on taxes, right? That's what we all want to do. So I'm going to share with you a couple of basic things that you can go ahead and start doing to save money on taxes. And the two key ways to save money on taxes and to be able to save on your tax bill is what's going to be called deductions, and you have credits. So deduction is basically designed to be able to reduce your taxable income. So a common type of deduction that you're going to be able to come across is what's going to be called the standard deduction. That's going to be an automatic deduction that you can take depending on when you watch this. It could be $13,850 if you're a single filer. It could be more than that. It could be less. It just really depends on the tax year. Then you have mortgage interest. So if you own a home, you will actually be able to deduct the interest on your mortgage. You also have charitable donations. So you want to make sure, as it relates to charitable donations, you want to keep your receipts for any donations you make to qualified charities. That's going to be like a 501c3, a nonprofit, for instance. They have to fall under that status for you to be able to take that as a deduction. So let's say you earn $50,000 and you take that standard deduction, your taxable income now drops to $36,150. Now you have tax credits, okay? And these are going to directly reduce the taxes that you owe. So there's a couple of tax credits that are really common out there. We have the child tax credit. I have an amazing video about that here. Up to $2,000 per qualifying child. You have the earned income tax credit, also known as EITC, for low to moderate income earners. You also have education credits like the American Opportunity Tax Credit for college expenses. So let's say, for instance, you owe $5,000 in taxes, but you qualify for a $2,000 tax credit. You will only have to owe the IRS $3,000. So that's one of the benefits, and that's why I love tax credits. All right, so now let's talk about how to file your taxes. And I know it might seem intimidating, but it's actually pretty straightforward depending on your situation. So you want to make sure you follow these steps here to be able to make your process and make your life a whole lot easier, right? So number one, you want to make sure that you're gathering the right tax documents, okay? So you want to make sure that you're collecting your W-2s, your 1099s if you're a business owner or you're a contractor. You want to make sure you have the receipts there for your deductions, and you want to make sure you collect other relevant paperwork as relates to your taxes. Next, you want to be able to choose your filing method. So there's different ways to be able to get your taxes filed. You could do a DIY type of scenario where you could use a tool like TurboTax or H&R Block to be able to guide you through the process. It's like a question-based scenario where they go ahead and ask you questions and then you go ahead and fill those out. And that's usually going to be an okay scenario if you're making less than $50,000. If you have a really basic tax situation, maybe you're just working 9 to 5, you don't have a business or any other types of assets outside of your 9 to 5 income. If you have a more complex situation, you want to make sure that you work with a CPA or a tax strategist to help you proactively save money on taxes. There's also free filing services that are out there. So like I said, if you're making income under $73,000, you could be able to use these free services as well. But again, if you really want to maximize what you're able to do as it relates to taxes, you definitely want to make sure that you're working with a profession, okay? Also, you want to make sure that you go ahead and do what's called an e-file to be able to process your tax return a lot more quickly, and then also be able to get refunds. If you're doing it yourself, you definitely want to make sure that you're double checking it for errors or delays in the process. So let's talk about some common tax mistakes to be able to avoid. So let's talk about number one, not filing on time. So generally speaking, the deadline to get your taxes filed is going to be April 15th. If you file late, then you're going to incur penalties. Next, another big mistake that people make is overlooking deductions. So many people forget deductions like student loan interest is going going to be really, really common, and also not properly recording all your business expenses. Another common mistake that people make is ignoring state taxes completely. So don't forget to file your state return if that is required for your state. Also, another thing that you want to make sure that you're doing is you want to file early. Do not wait until the last minute to be able to do this. It is going to be a huge headache for you if you do that. So make sure you be proactive. Make sure you go ahead and file on time. Next, you want to make sure you organize your receipts. You want to use apps to be able to track it year round. There's a whole bunch of amazing apps that are out there. And as always, make sure you work with a tax professional to be able to help you get the most savings as it relates to tax savings. And if you want to be able to learn more about that, go ahead and watch this video over here, and I'll see you there.